group guests going over the pool wall to take a photo with one of our dolphins, as well as our paint guests going over to hold a canvas while a dolphin paints them a picture. Keep in mind these are prepaid interactive programs, and only those participants can go over the pool wall at this time. For everyone else, just make sure we're keeping arms and legs on the outside of the pool walls. If you do have personal belongings with you that you need to set down, make sure you're setting them down on the ground by your feet and never on top of that pool wall to prevent anything from accidentally being bumped or blown into our pool. If you are traveling here with small children, just make sure they're keeping those 2 tiny feet to the ground. That is the safest way for them to view our training sessions. Small children should not be sitting, standing, or kneeling on that dolphin pool wall. And finally, you're always in the potential splash zone anytime you're poolside, oftentimes without warning. So keep that in mind. Everyone go ahead and take a look out towards the center of the pool. There are those 3 of our boys. Now, nothing we do with our dolphins here is choreographed, so I cannot always warn you about that splash zone, so you definitely want to watch out for that on your own. And if you have electronic devices out, perhaps you're taking pictures, make sure you're watching out for those as well. We are home to 2.2 million gallons of Band-Aid seawater. It does contain salt. The salt can be corrosive towards those electronic devices. Like I said, here in our main pool, we do have our male bottlenose dolphins. In the ocean, males and females typically live in 2 separate groups, only coming together for breeding and then going their separate ways. So we do the same thing for our dolphins here. So females will live all together in what's known as nursery pods, where they collectively take care of their young, and then males will live all together in what's known as bachelor pods, where they make alliances with each other. So here in our bachelor pod, we do have Lightning, who is the most dominant male. He's also our oldest male, at 40 years old. And he is joined in here by his 2 6-year-old sons, K2 and Miramar. K2 and Miramar were born 6 weeks apart from each other right here at the habitat, as well as K2's older half-brother Maverick, who is 15. So all 3 of them are local Las Vegans. Last but not least in here, we do have Osborne. Osborne is 12 years old. And even though he's not our oldest dolphin, he is by far our largest, weighing in right around 600 pounds and measuring out at about 10 feet long.
So face me, then left hand out, turn it just like that. There you go. And then sink it just a little. Alright, here comes Osborne to you. About halfway. You're going to start to turn. Grab onto that flipper, grab onto the other one, just like that. There you go.
So that slide out behavior that you're seeing where one of our dolphins is meeting one of our meet and greet guests, it is a really good photo opportunity, but they are actually helping our dolphins practice for a healthcare behavior. That slide out is behavior we train our dolphins in to have them slide up onto a scale to weigh themselves. Now those cooperative healthcare behaviors or husbandry behaviors, it's one of the most important things that we do teach our dolphins here. All of them are trained to cooperate and participate in their own health care. So just like when you go to the doctor and they ask you to step up onto a scale, we can ask our dolphins to slide up onto a scale. Also, with those husbandry behaviors, we can get a variety of different biological samples from our dolphins, such as voluntary urine and fecal samples, respiratory, gastric, and blood samples. We can ask our dolphins to lay out for daily physical examinations, hold still for ultrasound, and even perform x-rays on them, all with their cooperation, which does help out because we do take a preventative and proactive approach to our dolphins' healthcare, just like we would for ourselves and our families. Another thing keeping our dolphins healthy here is diet and exercise. So anytime you see those high energy behaviors, all those jumps, flips, tail walks, fast swims, anything of that sort that you see throughout the day, although it is really fun for us to watch, that is their form of exercise. All those high energy behaviors do play off of our dolphins' natural behaviors. You'll often notice our dolphins jumping out of the water on their own without the trainers present. The dolphins will jump out of the water to get a bird's eye view of their surroundings, and they can actually move each of their eyes independent from one another. Maybe take a look to those silver buckets that our trainers have. That's filled with just a portion of our dolphins' daily diet of food. Here at the habitat, we're feeding them a mixture of herring, capelin, smelt, and small squid. Different amounts of each depending on those individualized diets. And our dolphins are eating about 3 to 5% of their own body weight daily, which equals out to be around 15 to almost 30 pounds of fish per dolphin, totaling 200 to 300 pounds of that restaurant quality fish per day that we're feeding them. Out in the ocean, dolphins are known as opportunistic predators, which means they'll pretty much eat anything that they can catch and anything that will fit in their mouth. They don't actually chew their food, they just swallow everything whole, so it does have to fit under that criteria. And that poses a huge risk when we think about things like marine debris. A marine debris is any man-made item found in our oceans and waterways that does not belong there and continues to pose a hazard to wildlife. Each year, thousands of animals die from becoming entangled in or ingesting marine debris. And plastics are of a particular concern as they do not biodegrade, but rather break down into smaller pieces that are then ingested into the food chain. This is a serious health risk for a variety of species, but especially marine mammals. They have a thick layer of blubber that can actually absorb and store toxins that is then passed on to their calves via nursing and makes them weaker and less likely to survive in their ocean environments. And there are actions that you can use every single day to help protect so many. Just think about the amount of single-use plastics that we use, whether that be a plastic water bottle, a plastic bag, plastic straw, or even plastic utensils. While many of these items are convenient, they are not necessary, and there are many reusable options available to us. Simply using a reusable bottle or bag when you're out, or saying no to a straw when you're out to dine, are 3 easy things that you can do that make a huge difference. We do encourage you to visit our Sustainability Discovery Center on the left side of our dolphin gift shop to learn more about our animals here and how to protect their wild counterparts and the environment that we all do share. There it goes, one of our boys out towards the center. Then they're using the 2 fins at the end of their tail to propel themselves through and out of the water. Those 2 fins are called their flukes. They're separated by a notch right down the middle. The area between that fin on their back, their dorsal fin, and those 2 tail fins is called their peduncle. It's made up of mostly muscle and it's known as the powerhouse of the dolphin. So with those tail flukes and that peduncle, that is enabling our dolphins to swim up to 22 miles per hour in short bursts and jump anywhere between 10 and 20 feet out of the water. That dorsal fin on their back is for balance in the water, and it actually assists in their thermal regulation as well. Since dolphins are mammals, just like you and I are, they are warm-blooded, and they actually carry a similar body temperature to ours, and that dorsal fin does help them regulate it. And finally, the 2 on their sides are known as their pectoral flippers. Those are called flippers and not fins because they do actually have bones inside. In fact, those pectoral flippers have all the same bones that we do, from our shoulders all the way down to our 5-digit fingertips. Go ahead and take a look back out towards the center. There goes 3 of our boys. dolphins, they do share those 5 mammal characteristics with us. I mentioned that they were warm-blooded. They also breathe air like we do, but unlike us, they breathe air out of that blowhole located on top of their head. A fun dolphin fact is they will also vocalize out of that blowhole. So all those cute chirps, squeals, squeaks, and whistles you hear coming from our dolphins are coming out of the blowhole.
There's some combinations that can't go together.
Dolphins will give live birth to 1 calf at a time. They're pregnant for an entire year. Those calves will typically come out at about 2 to 3 feet in length and weigh about 25 to 35 pounds. They will nurse their young for about 12 to 18 months after birth. That milk that they're getting from their mom is about 33% milk fat. Put that in perspective, whole milk that humans drink is about 4% milk fat. So those dolphin babies are gaining about half a pound to an entire pound a day just by nursing.
Kylie, am I in the way?
Because all mammals must have hair or fur at one point in their lives. You're not going to see any hair or fur in our dolphins right now, but when each one of them was born, they were born with a pair of whiskers right at the ends of their mouths. That area is known as their rostrum. Now, scientists believe that those whiskers are used in the nursing process as they do fall out shortly after birth. But yes, each one of our dolphins was born with a mustache. So for those of you just joining us, our trainers are working with our male bottlenose dolphins here in our main pool. Make sure to keep in mind those safety guidelines anytime you're around our pool walls. Always making sure arms and legs are staying behind the dolphin pool walls at all times, as well as any personal belongings. If you have those, make sure not to set them around the ledge of the pool wall. Little ones should always be keeping those 2 tiny feet to the ground, and you're always in a potential splash zone. And those splashes oftentimes come without warning.
Like I could have
That's for pickup though, right? So once the session is starting, it doesn't matter if it's on one side.
Over on the far side, you're getting a good look at 2 of our dolphins' bellies. You'll notice they're a different color than their backs. That is their form of camouflage called counter shading. If you're looking above a dolphin, those dark gray backs will blend with the depth of the ocean floor below them. And if you're swimming underneath a dolphin, those light white bellies will blend in with the light coming from the surface of the water. That's great for hiding from predators, which for dolphins are large species of sharks and killer whales, as well as hiding from their prey, which would be any beast school of fish.
Alright, I'm going to step up.
We're going to say goodbye to Mirage.
Alright, I'm up.
Say goodbye to Mirage. Any questions?
No, we just ate before we did this, so we probably don't need to eat again.
Now folks, it does look like our trainers are wrapping up this training session here at our main pool. Again, these happen about twice an hour. Each one of them is going to be a little unique and different from the last. They all have their own goals and purposes. Not only for the session as a whole, but for each individual dolphin. So we